Hello, and welcome to the Swift Talk. I'm Kate, the Swiftie.
And I'm Holly Jolly Grinchin' about all this Taylor Swift twisty, turny Taylor coming down the chimney. Not so Swift Sam.
It is Swift Miss.
Swift Miss.
Swift Miss.
26 days?
We celebrate 13, but
13.
sure.
13 days of Swift Miss. Happy Swift Miss.
It's almost our birthday.
When's her birthday in December?
13th.
How would I know? How could I possibly know?
Whose birthday is December 13th? Yours?
Taylor's.
Taylor and Joy, the famous Hollywood actor. You didn't know? We're off to a great start. Kate is definitely questioning her life, wondering why she did this.
Questioning my choice. No. This is a sad day. It's a sad podcast.
Tour's over.
Not yet.
Oh, okay. Why is it a sad podcast?
It's the last time we're going to talk about an upcoming Eras tour date.
Oh, and now we're only going to talk about the errors that have happened. The errors of our ways. The history of Taylor.
We have 3 more shows left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when do they begin?
Well, Friday.
So what is it, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And on the Sunday one, the fan project is she sings Champagne Problems at the piano, and then she talks about, like, you know, Evermore and Folklore and, like, being there. Like, she talks to the fans for a minute. And there's always this huge applause break, and, like, it's crazy. And so after the applause, they're going to start counting down from 13, and then they're going to sing Happy Birthday to Taylor for the last show. That's sweet.
Is the last show on the 13th?
No, it's on the 8th, but, you know, her birthday's on the 13th.
Okay. When else are they going to see you right before
It's on the
birthday?
7th. 8th. You know, we're just...
And that's the Sunday show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe it's a Sunday show.
I mean...
Now I'm questioning
Could you imagine doing your last show on your birthday?
No.
Would it be all about you, or would it be nothing is about you?
I think it would be a lot. Like,
Mhm.
to end an almost, 2-year tour on your birthday.
Has
and
it
to
only
have
been 2 years?
You got to think about, like, how is she going to top this? How could she possibly top this tour?
Do you try?
The only thing I could think of is her doing, like, the Sphere in Vegas for, like, 6 months straight.
She's going to work at the Penn and Teller Theater, or the Sphere, and she's going to just slay it there 7 days a week. Because they're going to be throwing too much money at her and telling her, you can't leave. And she's going to be like, I'm here for 3 months, and that's it. And then she does the rest of their time doing whatever, and then she goes back. And it's like, you got to make that much. She would have to make as much money on this tour doing a residency there.
But she probably would.
For a smaller amount of time to make it worth it.
She's going to have no tour buses. Nothing needs to get set up other than once. All those truck drivers, all those things.
It's just not her
They'd be
scene
sitting.
yet.
They'd be sitting
Sure.
She'd put her up into a hotel.
I don't think I don't think she cares.
Give it 7 days.
Give it some time, Kate. Give it some time.
Well, no, I know, but, like, I also think that, like, just in the Taylor Swift tour genre, you know, she does her stadium tours, she takes 2 years off, she, like, does her albums, does a thing, like, lives her life, and comes back. So if she was to do a Las Vegas residency, I think it'd be at least a year, probably 2 years. She's got a film she wants to direct. She's got other creative projects. I think she's kind of ready to not be dancing around in a bodysuit and Louboutins. I don't see a Vegas residency in the near future. And I don't necessarily know if that's Taylor. Like, I think she likes being able to go to different places, being able to, like, people can come there. I don't know. I don't see her show the way she likes to do shows in a Vegas theater. I've been wrong before.
I don't think
see
Britney
it.
Spears, Celine Dion,
Different. Just totally
Adele,
different.
all of these lovely female pop
Usher does it too. Like, I just don't see that for where Taylor is in her touring mechanism.
Okay. I mean, U2 put on a pretty big stage show, and they did it multiple times.
They did In the Name of Love.
They also put an album on your iPhone. She could do that.
And that album is pretty damn good for those people that hate it.
I just got it off my iTunes. I just don't think. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a Vegas residency. I just don't see it.
It's not. Her trajectory isn't lining up with a stay in Vegas yet.
Yeah, I'm not saying in the future like that. It's not going to. I don't see it happening ever. I just don't see her following up the Eras tour in Vegas anytime soon.
I think she should do club dates. I think she should go back to where she belonged, like in the small little honky tonks and the little clubs in Portsmouth and everything like that. Imagine if she just showed up and just did a 50 person show.
She does that in Nashville from time to time. She'll pop into the Bluebird.
Well, maybe she'll be there next week when I'm there.
If she's, well,
imagine that. You imagine that.
Stranger Things.
Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, she's going to be in Stranger Things 5. That's right.
Oh, Grand Ole Opry. Taylor Swift's going to be here on the 13th to celebrate her birthday.
The Grand Ole Opry playing the best of Taylor Swift, but we only tried to have her play from these 3 albums and not the 4th forward.
Well, apparently, all Target is playing is Taylor Swift right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even Christmas.
Well, Taylor was there Black Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I did not go, but one of my friends went. Thanks, Maddie. And she got there at 6:15, and the vinyl was sold out. No anthology.
So it's funny because my relationship with Target is Maria Bamford, the comedian, who was famously the Target lady for years, and especially Black Friday through Christmas, was always like, "Oh, we're going to Target. We're gonna go," and she was just like, it was like she'd play the neighbor and the Target lady, and that's like the Target lady is like getting her workout on to go shopping at Target and get all this stuff, and the neighbor being like, "You're too crazy about this stuff." Made millions of dollars being the Target lady, and now you have Target, instead of paying somebody to promote them, Target is just using the product that they were going to sell to promote going to the store to get the product, but stay in the store because Christmas is here. It's the one shop that's not doing Christmas, but they're doing just Taylor. They're doing something else entirely to be like, come here and get this thing, but also you can get your Christmas stuff too. It's a very interesting, where everyone's setting up for Christmas in November. Target started setting up for Taylor and being like, we will sell everything else, but get her people in here to buy all this stuff, and then they'll find stocking stuffers and gift certificates and wrapping paper.
If you think about it, the demographic that goes to Target for fun, not for a purpose, are Swifties.
Well, that's...
Give me a cart, give me a Starbucks. $250 later. That's why I did not go to Target on Black Friday.
When you're going for Christmas, it's stressful because it's parking and you got to get you have your list of everyone you got to shop for, and you got blah, blah, blah. When you're going for fun, what are you going? You're going for fun. Doesn't matter.
I don't find Target stressful at all. You don't. Target tells you what you need.
Target tells you what you need? I don't know about that.
Oh,
I feel like that's off the bullseye for me. I don't know.
I've never gotten out of Target for less than $200. Ever. It's a good time.
I wish I had Kate money.
Oh, come on.
If you would like Kate money, if you know how to get Kate money, let us know.
Yeah, please let us know.
It's a shop.
Please like and subscribe and tell us how to make Kate money.
You too could sponsor us, so
you
Kate
too
can
could
have
sponsor
Kate
us,
money.
but they're no longer performing in Vegas, so we need more U2 money. U2 make another
Someone
album.
must be sponsoring us, and you're cutting Sam and I out of the whole equation.
Yes,
I mean,
it's sponsored
I think
by
something's going on.
Something is crazy.
Yes, I am paid in
You're
books.
suspect.
Oh, she's getting paid in knowledge. Interesting. Insider trading is what they call it.
What other news we got, Katie?
Well, so the book, which is amazing, and I did not bring it in today because I didn't want to leave it, cannot be a New York Times bestseller.
What?
Will not be a New York Times bestseller.
Sorry, will not or cannot.
Both.
Interesting.
Why?
Because it was only sold at Target. It has to be sold at a multitude of retailers.
That makes sense.
Which is a little interesting for me on her choice there, because I was like, well, to add to the list of things, Emmy Award winner, Grammy Award winner, New York Times bestseller. Like, I'm surprised they didn't want that, but who knows?
I'm sure when the autobiography comes out, it'll be ridiculous.
That Taylor or Taylor's team didn't want that, or that the New York Times didn't want to That's
Taylor and Taylor's too.
okay. I think so.
Because it would have.
Sure.
And it's interesting that this was a Target exclusive. Like, something's coming. It's all very strange to me that the book was a Target exclusive. The extended album was a Target exclusive. Wasn't as surprising because she does that.
It's the trial run. You've expressed
like-
multiple times, you've explained multiple times why we will be studying the business and the economics of Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
This is the trial run. She knows that any book that's attached to her, she's going to make money off of. She knows it flat out. There's no way no one's going to not buy this book. By releasing it exclusively to Target, she's ensured the highest amount of money for the amount of volumes that they have to be responsible for making. She's got the contract with Target. She knows as soon as I give that to them, it's their responsibility. All they have to do is sell it. I get the check. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
She sees how many it's all sold out. It's all gone. That's great. We need more. Now she knows, okay, so there is a demand for my product, which means I might hold off on that and either go full on Target again or branch out in other marketing. But now I know that when I do my book, there's no way that no one's going to pass up buying my book.
I mean, I think she knew that, though. Like, I think she knows, like, based on the craziness about getting Eras Tour tickets, the craziness of she puts merch out and it's got, like, she knows that there's a demand.
Mm-hmm.
She knows anything Eras Tour that comes from Taylor is going to get purchased in mass quantities. Like, they had to put a limit on how many you could get. I think she knows all of this. So, like, I think you're right where she's like, oh, okay. But I think there's something else. Like, I think something is coming.
So I think,
And I don't necessarily think it's like, oh, this was a test balloon for let's see how it sells. I think we're like, this is something is like Target's giving her a platform for something bigger.
I think the other thing might be because it's Black Friday, notoriously the sale day. Taylor does not like giving discounted tickets. If this was the audiobook and we're talking about the $10 you get to just listen at the venue type of branding. This isn't Emma Stone reading Taylor Swift, and this isn't Taylor Swift reading Taylor Swift. This is like Andrew Garfield reading a Taylor Swift book. It's like, okay, it's not as great as like Taylor, one of her premier friends, but you can still listen to somebody talk about Taylor Swift.
I don't understand.
She's
this.
it's a discounted.
It's not.
No, I'm
so confused.
The pricing is discounted. It's a discounted day. You're getting the discounted item because the bigger thing is coming. This is the piece. She wants to sell the whole enchilada, but she's giving a little sample. Buy the sample, and then you'll get the bigger item. It's going to be the bigger thing. It is a platform for her, sure, because it's to sell something more. Either Taylor buys Target, or it's because the next thing that she's selling is going to be the thing that makes Target be able to retire.
I mean, maybe.
Target's been having some problems recently. Yeah.
Like, I see what Target gets out of this. I don't see what Taylor gets out of this. Taylor's going to get money no matter what she does. Like,
she's going to get more money. When you get that much money, you need more money to be able to count it. Everything else becomes pennies.
I don't think that's... I don't... She could have sold it directly on her website.
She could have.
She's
getting something out of this.
Up.
There's a bigger thing she's getting
but
out of it.
But I like the way you're... I think where I'm getting lost in this conversation is you're coming at it from like, well, Target's holding the bag here and like Target's going to give Taylor something. She's going to get... And I was like, I don't know if Target can give Taylor anything. Like,
what if it was a Super Bowl halftime show with Target as a sponsor?
Maybe, but like, again... I don't know if I could see Taylor doing that either.
I just told you what's happening. Just mark my words.
Well, we will find out next year.
Super Bowl halftime show, sponsored by Target, featuring Taylor Swift.
Maybe.
What else has she got to do next year? Put out some
this
albums
would be for
that
the
we don't
Super
know
Bowl
about?
in 26 because they've already announced.
Whatever.
I think it's Usher.
Usher just
No,
did.
we just had Usher. I forget who it is.
It's not
Garth
memorable.
Brooks.
It's not Garth Brooks.
It's not memorable, whatever it is.
Yeah, no, it's not one that I was super excited
Just
about.
think. Just think what I just said. Just put that.
I think
tuck
no, because
that
I think
somewhere.
Apple Music has a stake in that for at least a couple more years.
I don't know. Never know, Kate. Never know. Maybe they're going to sponsor the Sphere. Target sponsors the Sphere. Taylor Swift concert.
I thought you said Target sponsors the Spear, and then I just started thinking, like, did Britney Spears rebrand herself to become
Target's
like-
going to be sponsoring something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Their name's going to be all over a Taylor Swift something or another coming up.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. Maybe I should buy more stock.
No. Speaking of,
Stock?
her Tortured Poet Society has been certified platinum 6 times.
Does that surprise
After
anybody
last
here
week.
in this
No.
room?
6 times certified platinum, and it was the most streamed album on Apple Music. And surprising no one, Taylor was the most streamed artist on Apple Music for the last year.
To quote Radiohead, no alarms and no surprises.
You know? Well, I mean, there's been a lot of competition. There's been a lot of music coming up,
This has been a big year
This has
for
been
great musicians doing bomb albums.
especially in the female pop sphere.
Yeah.
We've had, Gracie. We've had Sabrina, who we've talked about. We've had Charlie XCX. We've had Chapel Roan's Big. We've had an Ariana Grande album. We've had like so many great albums this year from just women
Mm-hmm.
that like wild that she was the most streamed.
I mean, no, not wild when you look at the scope of the fandom. I have an understanding of what you all do. What do they call them? Ariana Grande's fans are called
Aerators.
Yeah. Oh, weird aerators. It's a weird name. Like agitators.
Something like that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
But like they're like when the fandoms get dubbed, you're gonna be called this by either the artist or society. A lot of times the fandom's like, yeah, like they're right as the badge of honor no matter what. But what they do while wearing that badge varies drastically. Agitators, I don't know if would be doing this feral amount of promotion for Ariana Grande, besides, of course, about the album. And we don't like Pete Davidson, and we're definitely going to go see her in Wicked, and we're doing these things. Swift Nation
Swifties.
are very different in what they do and how they approach things. So it is of no surprise to anyone in this room and in this scope of a podcast and beyond that it's 6-time platinum and that she's the most downloaded and listened to artist.
But only the second greatest pop star of the 21st century, according to Billboard magazine.
And who's number one?
Beyonce.
Interesting.
The
Interesting.
Bayhive.
Sorry, who said that?
Billboard.
I didn't know they were nominated for a Grammy this year.
Beyonce was.
No. Billboard. I didn't know that Billboard might be winning an award and have to give a speech and say, "Thank you, Beyonce. We're really happy to be here."
I don't want to get in trouble, so thank you, Beyonce. It was a whole thing, and there's a lot of controversy around this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not because Taylor was number 2. Well, I mean, there was some of that, but
Why is it?
because in their montage video that they put out, they used a still from Kanye West's Famous video with the wax figurine of Taylor. And Swifties were pissed.
You mean they weren't happy that technically she's like seen twice in the montage? Once as a wax figure and somebody else's.
In the thing that started the cancellation of Taylor Swift by the man who has made it his life's mission to embarrass her and destroy her. Yeah, no, not thrilled. Done by a cultural institution that is supposed to be celebrating Taylor's achievement as the second best pop star in the.
They put out a big apology to her, a big one. They better.
It was so unacceptable and inappropriate to like do something to celebrate her achievement and just put that in there. Was just, and these have to go through levels. So the fact that this didn't get caught, the fact that this even got out into the universe is just, they should have put out a huge apology. They owe Taylor several. Just so unacceptable. It's just mind blowing. The choices that were made there?
Do you think is there a fire in the heart of a Swiftie because Kanye is one of the monsters that hasn't really been defeated yet.
I don't necessarily say Kanye hasn't been defeated.
I mean, this is still a fresh. I know it just happened, but like it's.
I don't think, and I really don't think it's that Kanye hasn't been defeated. I think when you take a still from a music video that said Taylor Swift, I made that bitch famous, when you're talking about her as the second best pop star of the 21st century, that's not a comment about our issue with Kanye or our issue with that feud. It's a comment about the fact that you put something in there that belittles the achievement of Taylor while celebrating the achievement of Taylor.
Sure.
And I think that there's no, like, it was best case scenario, somebody put it in there as a joke and thought it would get caught through the layers.
Right.
Worst case scenario, somebody really is that anti-Taylor that they were like, well,
Yeah,
like, there's just a lot in there, but like just in this time where like Taylor has had this huge impact on music, on the economy, on the culture. And like, sure, like she came in second, like you can make the argument really either way, flip a coin for either Beyonce or Taylor for who should have gotten it or where. Either way, to take Taylor down a notch while doing it is just, what's the point? You might as well just left her off the list. To be like, you're here because of Kanye.
The idea of it being the person number one who puts it on there and saying like, I don't really like Taylor, I'm doing this. Sure.
Yeah.
And that guy number 2, lady number 3, person number 4, everybody going up that ladder with the oversight, either not seeing it or somebody at the tippy top being like, you know what we should do? Put this clip in there. I'm choosing this. It does seem, it's not petty, it's spiteful.
Yeah. There's just no way around that. Like, you can't be like, oh, I didn't realize that wasn't, like, you work for Billboard magazine. You know what that music video is. You know what the controversy around that is. Like, there's no like, oh, it could have been a mistake. Like, you didn't include a picture of the Taylor Swift impersonator and we're all like, hey, probably should have checked that. It's like a cultural moment. And it's another case where like this, where a drunk Kanye got up and embarrassed her when she was 19 shows back up in the zeitgeist where she can't get away from this.
It's also interesting because they're showing him in that clip to promote.
They didn't, I did not see the original clip. It had been taken down by the time it hit my radar.
I feel like you would have had a Kanye thing in there to promote the fact that like if we're celebrating X amount of time and great music, we want to say that that Kanye is worthy of being touched upon as well. But that's not even one of his better or greatest. But like or
this wasn't like, oh, here are all of the people happening. It was specifically about Taylor.
Real okay.
That's why we're pissed. It was just about Taylor. I was like, I don't understand why he doesn't get this.
Wow.
This was just a video announcing Taylor as the number 2 pop star.
Okay. Wow. I did. Huh. Okay. You track? Now I'm on the track. And that is.
They put a still from that music video.
Yeah.
In there.
What a bunch of bull.
And she's supposed to be at their award ceremony.
Someone's getting fired.
Oh, yeah. Someone's been fired.
Yeah, I think
lots of someone's have been
someone
fired.
Someone did it on purpose.
Yeah.
You had to have think that.
There's no way around that.
Wow.
So, on that note, I need to calm down a little bit.
Oh, let's calm down a little bit. Let's calm down. Let's listen to some nice Enya. Are you an Enya fan or an Anya fan? Oh, we're listening to Taylor? Listen to Taylor. Okay.
There we go. So this week, we're going to listen to...
You Need to Calm Down.
Off.
Lover.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to hit pause. You hit pause. We get to watch the music video after we listen to the song.
Okay. If that'll help us calm down, we will do that.
All right. We'll be right back. Well, Sam.
Uh-oh.
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 You better calm down.
You need to calm down.
You need to
You're being too loud.
be loud.
And I'm just like,
Oh. Wow. Okay, that is a song. It's a fun song. It's poppy. It's fun. It's shake it off level.
Great beat.
Great beat.
I knew coming into this. I was like, Sam's going to go, shake it off style. Yeah. No, I knew. I was like,
When you're right, you're right. And this is shake it off
It's-
style.
in my notes.
Mm.
I think she was trying to recapture the shake it off
Mystique.
lore, mystique
Energy.
with this. Yeah.
Reception.
Energy.
Yeah.
She needed something strong on this album.
It was an early single.
Mm.
Not the first.
Wonder why. Not the first, but it was early.
We actually got a
It was
hint.
the pace car.
It was the second. We got a hint for this in her first one for me, which we've done not that long ago with Brandon Urie.
Mm-hmm.
And Brandon goes, you need to calm down. And she goes, je suis calm.
Which is French
Mm-hmm.
for Jesse.
And then we
is
got
calm.
Lever, Paris. Lever, live in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Which Jason did not pick up that record. But that's fine. So yeah, what'd you think?
It's so this is 2017, 18, 19.
19.
Right.
Right.
Before.
Pre-pandemic.
Right.
Which, like, we talk, sorry,
No.
but like, we talk about like how much we've gotten pandemic forward from Taylor. And we always leave out that really, if you start in 2019, we got Lever, 2020, Cardigan, then Folklore, then we got Evermore, then we got,
Cardigan, then Karma.
it's because I don't have that red cardigan. I'm still really upset about that, Taylor. Then we got Taylor's version of Fearless,
Mm-hmm.
Taylor's version of Red. Then we got Midnights. Like,
In 5 years, you got about 8 albums.
yeah,
Yeah. She needs a nap.
I'm tired just at her discography output.
She needs to
Not
come out with
even
the
her
fleece
tour.
parka.
Yeah. Nice
She's
zip
got
up.
jackets. There's jackets, guys. There's all sorts of things on the website.
Not a lot of jackets in that music video.
It's
Not a lot of jackets.
a pool
Good
party.
outfits, colorful. It's a
She
pool
had
party.
a jacket on. She had the pink shag jacket with. She took off and the butterflies on her back exploded. They took over for the snake.
Took over the snake. Cover out the tattoo.
Well, because we got branded by Taylor Swift's a snake, but now we've got nothing but love. Our snake metamorphosed into a butterfly.
Mm. And I metabolized into wanting burgers and fries. Okay. Ryan Reynolds in the video.
Katy Perry.
Mm-hmm. Ryan Reynolds in there for so it's very much like targeted representation. It's trying to be incredibly inclusive of what's going on at the time in 2019 and
Yeah. So we were talking a lot about. We've been talking a lot recently. We did Miss Americana. Like, this is the album where Taylor kind of found a political voice.
mm-hmm.
And so this is a little bit of a thinly veiled, very out.
Yeah, it's if it was any more thinly veiled, it'd be saran wrap. Like this is
Might be surrender. Yeah, it's very like, it's an interesting, doing my research on this and listening to it a lot, which is, this is not one of the ones that I would be like, I feel like today I need to listen to You Need to Calm Down. But it's always a nice little surprise when it shows up on a playlist.
because it's like it's light, it's poppy, it's everything, and then like the fact that like it's got a message. You're like, okay. Like, sure, there's the duality of it. It's very light, like taking shots at me like it's Patron. I'm like, damn, it's 7 a.m. Oh, and then it's going from like, why are you so mad when you could be glad? GLAAD.
Mm-hmm.
It's very,
Snakes and stones never broke my bones.
it's just so, it's tongue-in-cheek subtle. It's not very subtle.
It's jackhammer subtle.
It's subtle with bold, underlined, and on one page. It's a billboard that says subtle.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and it's interesting to think about it because she's like, it starts with very like Taylor specific.
mm-hmm.
Like, I see you taking shots at me, like, You say it in the street, that's a knockout, but you say it in a tweet, that's a cop out. Like you would never like in public if you ran into me and be like, Taylor, you suck, but you'd tweet it.
So that's the catch-all is it starts very Taylor-centric, and then bit by bit it's Taylor and not, and Taylor and not, and Taylor and not. The you put me on a list on the internet with all these other girls making your list, but now we all have crowns.
Well, yeah, because it's like best pop star. This, like, you know.
Because it's like this is a Taylor specific thing, but also it's a generalized thing because she's not the only person on this list. And then you have the ideas of it being like, you need to calm down. Why are you stepping on his gown?
Yeah.
Which is in some ways it's like, okay, simplest form. Why are you stepping on his gown? It's like the Emperor's New Clothes. But it's also just the idea of it being like, why are you raining on someone's parade? Why are you raining on the gay pride parade? Why are you messing with somebody who's just wanting to wear a gown? And then it goes, it's like you can find those loose threads.
Well, I think she's also saying, like, on the internet you hate me, but like in real life, if you had met me, would you say those same things to me? So when she did this music video with all of these beloved members of the LGBTQIA plus community, like all of these beloved members, she's like, hey, like if you knew them in real life, if these are one of your loved ones, would you treat them like you do on the internet? Like these are real people and you love them on this show. Like they're super popular here. You follow them here, but you're going to say this about people who are just like them? It was like Mr. Rogers, but make it pop music.
Mr. Rogers, but make it pop music, but make it at a trailer park, but make it. It's this weird.
It's campy.
So it's the campiness, which is like. There's something. It's the accessibility of a trailer park. Anyone can be here. Anyone can belong here, but most people go, "Why would I live at the trailer park?" And then people go, why is Ryan Reynolds at the pool party? Well, Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool. Deadpool is a pansexual, famous character. And, whoa, I didn't know it was pansexual. What does that mean? That's Ryan Reynolds. Like, it's anything you can, if you scratch, you can find a plethora of information, but no one wants to scratch. It's easier to generalize, judge, and then just drive on by. Sure. It just seems, and I guess, I mean, maybe that's the ironic part of the song, is that if you scratch at it, you can find, there's reasons to why we're saying the things that we're doing. Yeah. But people like me are like, yeah, it's a Taylor Swift song. I want to listen to that.
Well, it's also ignited a whole thing which is known as Gaylor, where there's so many like, Taylor Swift is gay, and here's our, and like, poor Taylor. Like, whether she is or isn't, like, she has not shared that with us. And it's not really ours to speculate on. So I hate getting into it, but like I will hear about it if I do not mention this. And people are like, well, she was supposed to come out during this. And Scooter bought her catalog. It chased her back into the closet. All of these theories. And she's come out and been like, I'm sorry to disappoint you. My life might be easier if I was. But even to this day, they call Travis Kelce her beard.
It's nobody's business.
It's none of our business.
It's either entirely everyone's speculation and wanting to know, or you have somebody who is completely like, this is exactly who I am, and everything's like for sale, and I'm going to tell you exactly. Oh, it's too much. It's too much. Put that away. Why are you saying that? My kids. Oh, my God. Why would this person? Yeah.
But it's also like, it goes back into the song where you're like, you're going to go out here and discuss my sexuality on the internet. But would you do that if I was sitting across the table from you?
So, glad LGBTQ plus, like, I know I'm not saying the entire thing properly and fully, but like one of the big parts for both of those is alliance. And the big part about being an ally in the alliance is the fact that you're like, it's even if it's not me, like, I'm with you. Like, I got it. Like, I'm going to be the person I'm not picketing you. I'll drive you there. Like, I'll help you out. I'll do whatever you want. Yeah. I know that this isn't me, but I'm going to be an advocate. I'm going to be an ally. And, like, if that's Taylor, that's Taylor. If she's just aligning herself and saying, like, this is good, just accept it as that. Don't look for an Easter egg in the good deed.
Yeah. I think it's like, and I think if you want to really boil this down to a core, it's about bullying.
Sure.
And, like, as somebody who was massively bullied on the internet. She's like, hey, wait a minute. Like, I actually have a voice where I can stand up and say, enough. Like, this is stupid. Why are you doing this? What point does this serve? How are you making anybody better? How are you making you better? Like, we've all got crowns. Everyone's great. You don't need to pit people against each other. You don't need to create narratives. Let people live their lives. Let them love who they want to love. Why is this a conversation? Just calm down. You're being too loud. And I think it's just really interesting to see her make these statements where you can relate in some small part to this seemingly ridiculous song that's got some meat on it, but also is just like everything's a little ridiculous. So she's not really lecturing, but she's lecturing. But here's a really fun video that's also lecturing, but wild.
There's something for anyone.
Taylor loves to lecture her fans. Taylor loves to lecture. And we eat it up with a spoon. Like, yes. She is the mastermind.
All right. I think that we can agree that there's a lot and a little to everything and nothing all at once.
You know, we just need to calm down, play Taylor Swift too loud.
All right. And roll with it.
And roll with it because I'm starting to lose my voice.
Each and every week, we roll the Jillian Petruzziello Happy Swiftness for you and your fellow. We're going to roll for an album. We're going to roll for a song.
All right.
Only one we don't have is Reputation. That list is completely...
For the moment, unless on Sunday she's like, and you get Reputation Taylor's version.
exclusively at Target. Oh, interesting.
Well, we're going to need something to talk about.
Well, I mean, I didn't even want to clown about what we would get because there's just so many things that could happen on Sunday. I'll be watching the live stream.
Maybe she'll wait till her birthday to announce it.
She likes to give us gifts on her birthday. Who could say? Really, there's just a plethora of Taylor Swift-miss things that could happen.
Rolling for an album. Ooh, a 2.
Fearless.
Fearless. Don't be afraid. Be very afraid.
Taylor's version.
Album number 2. Taylor's version. Because in this house,
We only listen to
whatever you play on
it's
the
kind of
radio.
like a little
Taylor's
clubhouse.
version. Let's
Like
do
our
it.
little clubhouse.
All right. Rolling for it. 4.
4 is, hold on. Oh boy. We're going to be doing Hey Steven.
Oh, right. Because there's this whole thing about how she's like, Steven Tyler inspired me to be a famous artist, and Steve Buscemi inspired me to like pursue what I'm after. And Stephen Colbert was
Or it could
also
just
there.
be about a boy named Steven.
Oh, it could be about a boy named Steven.
There is a
Okay.
Stephen Colbert reference, though. So we'll get into that next week.
She dated Steven?
We'll find out next
She dated
week.
Stephen Colbert.
She did not do that. No. Don't spread things on the internet.
Oh, boy.
You need to calm down.
Easy. All right, I'm going to calm down in the corner.
Thanks so much for watching, listening. If you haven't already, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, rate, review, tell all of your friends.
Yeah, share us your favorite Easter eggs, what you think is going to happen during the tour, what you're excited for about just anything in general that you enjoy listening to us, or you can maintain your concentration while I speak, but you're really here for Kait. I get it.
Who is that?
Who isn't? Just like, subscribe, share, send us some stuff. Keep listening. Tune
Keep
in.
us in books. We're going to have to get a bookshelf. Where would we put it?
Probably right where the table is.
We need the table.
And then you have the top of the bookshelf.
All right. Well, we will be back next week to talk about all things of the end of the Eras tour.
It's done. It's finally done. It's over. Don't be sad that it's ending. Be
Maybe.
happy that you saw it 3 times and in a movie theater. Some people didn't get to see it 3 times, or once, or twice. Be happy that you got to be there, kid.
It's nice to have Kait money.
It's nice to have Kait money. Let us know if you think how much.
Let's not do that. Thanks again for watching, listening. We'll see you next week. I'm Kait the Swiftie.
And I need to calm down.
We'll be back.